Welcome back to the Dark Reading News Desk at Black Hat USA. Terry Sweeney here, contributing editor to Dark Reading, and joining me now is Avihai Ben-Yossef, co-founder and CTO of Cymulate. Avihai, thanks so much for joining us on the news desk.
Thank you for hosting me.
We are talking about the topic du jour, which of course is artificial intelligence. It's not just an article of faith, it's an established fact now. This is a thing for security. Transformation is also a thing as a result of the influence of AI. I'm wondering if you can call on both your intuition and your experience to tell us how you see AI reshaping security management for the next, say, 5 years.
Yeah, so that's a really cool question because, when OpenAI launched, I think everybody got like really get a big kick out of it. It's such a cool tool.
It's a novelty, right?
Yeah, it's for everybody, It's for you, it's for my grandma. Everybody can use it, everybody can do with it. But in security, we're talking about a different paradigm. It's not a cooking recipe anymore.
Correct.
It's something else.
No, that's true.
But what we did see is that this is still a very, very huge transformation for security operations, for example. So if you walk around the booths right now in each one of the big vendors, small vendors, they all have co-pilots to everything that they do.
Right.
And those co-pilots, they understand security, they understand what's written down. They give you normal human language where you can understand a lot more than you used to.
Right.
So I think, first of all, the pace will just exponentially grow. The pace of how security operation is being done, the pace of everything that's being done in security is just going to grow so high. But also the creativity is actually going to grow as well, because that's the thing with AI. It's very creative. And it's going to increase the creativity rates of every security operation teams out there. It's going to also increase the creativity of the attackers and the bad guys. But that's the same. They're gonna it's the same pace, the same word they're going to play with.
Thanks for the predictions. In the here and now, AI's major benefit seems to be automation. This is the thing that vendors really seem to really emphasize, understandably so. Are there other benefits to AI that maybe get overlooked in this automation rush?
Yeah, it's also a good question. I think automation is being used sometimes to rush, like kind of said. So I think the best way to describe the value of AI today is if it's not defined, then you want AI at that point. Because if you can do it yourself, you can automate it yourself, that's how you're going to do it anyway. But if you can have AI, if you don't know how to do it yourself, and you can have AI doing it for you, that's like the next gen of automation, which means I'm automating, but the work I had to put, the effort I had to put in order to automate, there's just almost zero effort at that point.
Yeah.
So it's not really just the word automation, it's really about how it was automated. And the how here is just like super easy.
What are some of the concerns or challenges that arise around integrating AI into cybersecurity operations?
Yeah, it's a big one as well. So I think if I can narrow it down in very simple words, like false positives and true negatives. I think the challenge with AI is it gives an amazing answer. Whatever you ask him, he's going to give you a really good answer. Whether it's true or not, that's for you to decide.
Okay. That would be concerning for sure.
Yeah, and that's a concern people need to take into account when they utilize these kind of tools. I think the thing that's understanding is AI is a tool at the end of the day. You need to use it in the right way. There are ways to use it. It's not just, especially in security, there is a specific expertise to use the AI and how to use it. But if you get the hang of it, then the false positive rates, they will be very low. And if you'll be able to validate it correctly, you'll get to places you just, you had to work very hard before in order to get them.
So if I'm a SOC professional, and I'm not, but if I were, is the smart move to wait until AI technology is a little more tried and tested and mature, or should I dive in right now and really get my feet wet?
Dive in right now for sure. Don't trust it 100%, but dive in right now for sure, because it can shorten, especially for a SOC analyst. When they're reviewing so many incidents, alerts, events, in order to read each one of them, you can get this is exactly the AI kind of value prop. I'll summarize it for you. I'll get the gist, of things for you. There's no need to read so much anymore. So I definitely dive in right now, but with a grain of salt. I'll still validate myself, but I'll still get tons of time back that I used to invest just reading things.
So where Cymulate is concerned, how do you see AI transforming security functions like breach and attack simulation? What can we expect there?
Yeah, so we've taken that into, again, as I mentioned, like AI is a tool, and our product is all about attack simulation. So we've created lots of different attack scenarios. But in order to create those attack scenarios, we are an engineering company, so we've built building blocks, and our internal red team, they're taking those building blocks and they're building attack scenarios. That's what we did. We thought it was very smart. It was very smart to that time. But when the AI, the AI boom last year, we thought, what? Instead of the red team taking those blocks and creating an attack scenario, why not teach an AI about those building blocks of malicious activities that we have? And he'll create the attack scenario just like a red teamer, our internal red teamer, which we pay them money to do it. But he does it well, as just like they would do it. He gets the building blocks, he understands the format of the game, and he gets an attack scenario. You just type in a few words, tell him what you want to do, or even give him an article to a breach that you saw online. He'll take the building blocks and he'll create the same attack scenario that he's seen or you have asked him to do, just like a red teamer would.
How is attack simulation different from pen testing?
Yeah, it's also a really good. So it's different with the fact of the outcome. So it's all about the outcome.
Okay.
So attack simulation is all about validating security controls. You're simulating an attack, which means you are in a safe environment, but you want to know which one of my security controls will prevent or detect these activities. Where automated pen testing is all about showing vulnerabilities, which there's already so many solutions out there to point out vulnerabilities. But yeah, the attack simulation is about validating controls, running the attack scenarios, actually validating if any control will catch, detect, prevent those different attack scenarios.
Okay, thanks. That's actually really clear. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Tell us about the new Cymulate AI Copilot that you all introduced.
Yeah.
Some of its standout features, how it benefits SOC teams, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we've launched our Copilot really to help the SOC, the analyst, the security operator, using our product. So our product is super simple to use. Nevertheless, there's always something that they want, that the user would want to do. And in order to do that, usually they would ask us maybe to create an attack scenario for them, or they might even build them themselves with our product. Because sometimes they want to get specific. They read an article, they talk to a red teamer, they talk to a friend, they hear about new techniques at launch or a new attack, and they want to simulate it. Now, all they have to do is just pop in our Copilot, write to him what they want to simulate. He will use our building blocks and create the same attack scenario that they have requested. No need to reach out, no need to wait. I think waiting is like a big factor here. Nobody want to wait. If you want to do something, you want to do it now. We are in 2024. Everybody likes, the right here and right now.
Sure.
That's it. They can just, with normal words, and have a conversation with like a virtual red teamer and get the attack scenario ready to go in seconds.
Close us out, if you would, by talking about the kinds of questions that customers might be asking themselves to better understand if these kinds of AI solutions are right for them, whether it's the Copilot piece or one of the other AI-assisted features.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I'll kind of go back to to what I've said, that AI is a tool. It's not a solution for anything. It's all about your problems and your needs, and AI is really good with kind of solving the undefined problem. So like if you have a problem, you're not sure how to solve it, but you know what is the problem, and AI is really good. He's very creative. He's not sometimes even more than a human. He can get out of the box in a minute. He doesn't need a good night's sleep to get out of the box. So whenever you have a need, I think the first question you need to ask yourself is, Do I have a solution for it? And if I don't, I'm going to the AI. But if I have a solution, you don't need AI.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, you've given us lots to think about with regard to both how to incorporate AI into operations, but also how it might change up the whole equation with attack simulation.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on the news desk today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We've been talking with Avihai Ben-Yossef with Cymulate. This has been Terry Sweeney for the Dark Reading News Desk. Thanks for joining us for this segment.